it's like there's some people there. Horizon Talking Points at MP4.
That's what I
So
called
let
it.
this,
You know.
hang on. Let me just take a couple questions.
Yeah, sounds good.
Until we have another meeting in a few minutes. So if you have more questions, let me know. I'll let this run in the background.
Hey, she's gonna chill.
Let her chill for a little bit. Aloy.
My girl.
One of her other like her mentor's name is Rost. So it's like alloy and rust.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's good. That's as if I named it. That's how the level there.
I basically enjoyed. Here's what I'll say. Someone asked. Sergeant Sphinx asks, "Did Austin enjoy his time playing this?" Yeah. It was definitely one of those things where like, oh, my hours disappeared. Right? Like, oh wow, I got through the opening of this game, in what felt like 30 minutes, but was 2 hours. Oh wow, my 2 hours of free play time are up. And that's a good feeling. Like the sort of like, oh wow, I lost myself to this thing. But it definitely feels like it is part of. If you're having open world fatigue, you're still going to be having open world fatigue.
It might even get worse.
It is one of those games, right? Like there are towers to climb, there are lots of side quests, there are challenge mode things, and the Monster Hunter stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of like the big boss fights in my capture. One of the areas I went to that I wasn't allowed to show did end in this really good dramatic boss fight, and that stuff feels fucking rad because you are very much. Needing to use all the tools at your disposal to have that to like succeed, whereas in a lot of the combat you end up brute forcing it because you can, but the big bosses very much mean like, all right, I have to use all of my bombs, I have to use my tripwires.
Yes. You have to actually think about it. You have to have a plan.
Because like the thing that I came away with was you're very strong in this game in terms of damage dealt.
Good.
But you're not super tough. You're like definitely a rogue, right? At least the way that I was, I guess, spec'd, so to speak, in terms of my armor and stuff like that. And so it definitely felt a lot like that. The way when it's at its best is when I'm being pushed to need to use all of my weapons. Sure. In the opening like 3 chapters of the game, there's a fight against one of those sawtooths, the one that I hacked there, the kind of big saber-toothed tiger things. And the first time I went against it, I just got housed. It was just like. Fuck me up, just like I got crushed because I did a very bad job and was just like, oh, I'll get caught and so I'll fight it like a normal fight. Like no, like I really needed to stick to the high ground. I really needed to lead it into traps that I'd set up, and that stuff feels good. And in that way, it is sort of like Monster Hunter, but it's even those moments. That fight took me 6 minutes, whereas there are Monster Hunter fights that take you 60 minutes. Yeah. Right, and like I don't think that there is going to be one of those fights in this game. This game feels like Monster Hunter with the edges sanded off. It feels like, someone said, does it feel more like Monster Hunter or Dragon's Dogma? It doesn't really feel like either. It feels like they're inspired by those sorts of games. It feels like it's inspired by games like Assassin's Creed, or like Far Cry. Yeah. But again, like even more than Far Cry 3 or 4, like there's lots of, in that way, it's like lots of crafting towards one specific thing, like upgrade your ammo packs, like you can see, upgrade how many traps you can carry. Like it does very much feel like it's in the Far Cry state of things, and I really just wish it was a little more lighthearted, or not even lighthearted. Like it can be dour, but like you set a really high bar for yourself when you're this like serious about your world and there isn't much comic relief. I don't even need a lot of comic relief, but like even Assassin's Creed 2 was filled with characters who were like being funny, and
totally,
and Ezio was a charmer, and like that helps, and I hate to go back to that thing, but even like Far Cry 4 I think had a great deal of humor, not only in its story but mechanically.
Absolutely.
And I'm not finding a lot of that. When a mongoose
would eat something that was chased,
when a grenade rolls down a hill, like
exactly.
This is to go back to your old podcast home, right? Like,
for sure.
And there aren't many grenades rolling down hills in this game, and that's okay. That's not the only thing you need for a game, and maybe there will be 12 hours in. Maybe when I have more abilities unlocked, that will be the case. But for what I played during this event, like, it is an open world game. It is the thing it says it is on the tin, right? It is the game you think it is in some respects. And so I'm very excited to play more of it. I think it's going to be hard to compete against Zelda for me, which comes out very soon after.
3 days later or something like that.
And feels like more of a departure from my time with both of those than what the open world genre looks like right now. Like I can't help but look at this and think, in the version of this that is Zelda, I can cut down these trees. Like literally cut them down and make a bridge with them with my telekinesis powers or whatever.
Yeah.
I can fuck with the world in different ways. I can cook food. I can use fire in a systemic way to set fire to other enemies. Like this game does have fire. It has fire arrows, and in that way, it feels like it could end up being a much better game than Zelda because it's designed more tightly.
Sure.
But as someone who plays a lot of open world games, I'm way more interested in the surprising systemic stuff that might come out of Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my like big picture takeaway. A couple more questions, I guess.
Somebody was asking if the ratio between fighting, robot dinosaurs, robot animals, and humans feels right.
I didn't play enough to make that call.
Okay.
Like I took on one bandit camp, and what else did I do? I took out one bandit camp, and there was like one side quest where some people were being harassed by like other bandits, but it was a side quest and not a camp, and those are both human enemies. And those fights again were like, I'm happy to have them in there. I think human conflict is really good, but also like not as strong as the robot dinosaur stuff, right?
Horizon Cryo Dawn.
That's it.
I like that, Fatal Banana. That's good.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
I think one more question and we'll call it because we have some stuff to do. Does it feel, Sergeant Sphinx wants to know, does it feel like AC1 or Watch Dogs 1 in that it sets the stage for a better sequel? I haven't played enough of it to say that.
Yeah.
It's a cool world. Like it is like from the stuff in that intro, it immediately gets into a lot of the setting the world stuff in a way that I'm very excited about. I like weird post-apocalyptic stuff. I really do like that. Like from the setting, I have lots of questions about what happened in this world. But for me, there was definitely a way that it could leave a bad taste in my mouth if it follows to what I imagine it will do, which is it will answer a bunch of small questions and then leave on a really big note. I think it's complete speculation on my part.
Yeah.
But games like this do that all the time. Of like, oh, you learn the mystery behind Aloy. Like, why was she an orphan? Like, which is again first screen.
And it'll only,
But that's what it'll
leave
answer.
more questions
Right. And like,
instead of answers.
I want the answer more than I want. I would rather leave this thinking like, wow, I didn't know Guerrilla could make a game like this, and I still think there are interesting things in the world for them to do in the next game, but not like, I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened at least in this part of the world. I want to know what happened in a bigger picture way. Maybe they will answer all of that stuff, but like, I really don't want it to end on like a weird tease.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That would just be too teasy.
That would be too teasy. Nice, good. I see
That's what I think. More game moms, please.
Thank you. Yeah,
Zandra Vondra.
she isn't very mommy. She's very, I guess, I don't know.
And it's more, instead of like daddy, is that where we're going?
That's a
with that?
thing.
Maybe?
Mommy is a thing.
Like mommy instead
I don't
of
think
daddy,
she's very
or
mommy
is it
instead
like,
of daddy. I don't think she's like very maternalistic, nor do I think she's very mommy.
Is she daddy?
I don't think she's daddy either. No, like she's very much like.
Well, screw the binary anyway.
I don't think that. Well, that's not just. Mommy and daddy exist in a much broader spectrum of identification.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. Screw the binary.
She's like, yeah, no.
She's somewhere else. She's somewhere else on the rainbow. That's beautiful.
That's true.
Yeah, she's somewhere on the horizon.
Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you for watching us play Horizon Zero Dawn, or watching us watch video of me playing Horizon Zero Dawn. We'll be back on Friday with a live stream and with a podcast and with what else? What else will we be with?
We're gonna be potentially doing other cool things too. So you should be watching anywhere we do this stuff. We're gonna be on Twitter at Waypoint, Facebook,
Waypoint Vice. Twitch,
YouTube.
YouTube, Waypoint Vice. Twitch.tv/Waypoint.
Yeah. All those
Anything
places.
else?
Any other places we should tell them about, Tanika?
That's basically it.
That's
basically it. Go to those places and you'll see the cool things we do.
What are your personal things?
Austin_Walker on Twitter here.
Danielle RI on Twitter.
And you can find this video if you missed the beginning of it. It should go up on our YouTube.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Around a day?
And if you ever go to our website and see a video and you're like, why can't I watch this? Why does it say not our region? Go to youtube.com/WaypointVice.
They're always there.
Where you will be able to see it.
And then maybe we'll talk about the Conan Dick Slider. Somebody was asking about that.
That'll show up.
That'll show up somewhere. Don't worry.
All right. Peace.